my name's Eden. I'm a plus size yoga instructor and I'm going to lead you through a calming, gentle flow today. You'll need a yoga bolster or a pillow or a rolled up blanket, anything that looks like a bolster, and a set of blocks if you need help bringing the ground a little bit closer to you. Some sturdy books can also work. I'm going to get set up and we can get started. We're going to get started in easy seat, which is crisscross applesauce. I have my bolster under my hips. Elevating my hips helps my knees come forward so that I can cross my legs without there being a lot of effort put in. So the bolster might be useful for that. We're going to get started by coming to our breath. So take a seat. Close your eyes. Take nice deep breaths. Breathe in for 4. Hold it at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold it at the bottom for 4. We're going to do that 4 times. Breathe in for 4. Hold it at the top for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold it at the bottom for 4. As you come back to normal breathing, start to roll your shoulders back. Nice big rotations. Sticking with those nice big inhales and exhales. And roll your shoulders forward. We're going to take a big inhale, bring our arms overhead. Let your right hand fall to the ground, your left hand tilting over to your right side for a nice side body stretch. Big inhale, exhale. Your next inhale, bring you back to center. And then bring your left hand to the ground. Let your right hand fall over towards your left side, stretching out the right side of the body. Big inhale, exhale. Next inhale brings you back to center. Now we're going to twist, bringing the right hand behind you and the left hand to your right knee. Big inhale, try to grow a little bit taller, and exhale, release a little bit further into that twist. Your right arm being really strong behind you like a second spine. If you're having trouble reaching the ground with your right arm, place a block behind this hand. Next inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, twist opposite side. And if you need a block to help you, keep your arm long like a second spine. Make sure that you do that. come back to center. Lower your shoulders back and forward. Bring your right hand to the left side of your head. And just stretch the side of your neck. Don't tug, just let the gentle weight of your hand pull your head over just a bit. Not forgetting to breathe. Deep inhales and complete exhales. Next inhale, release your head, come back to center and switch sides. Next inhale, release your head back to center and give your head a few rotations forward and back, and the opposite way. Now we're going to move to child's pose. Ideally, you'd have a yoga mat. I'm just doing this on my rug. It does have some padding under it. You can keep your bolster or you can get rid of your bolster. It really depends if you need to bring the ground a little bit closer to you. I like to let my big toes touch, bring my knees out super duper wide, and then start to crawl my hands forward. You can lose the bolster if you want so that you're on the ground, or use the bolster for extra support. And arms can be out low, or arms can be here, or here under your head, whatever's comfortable. Try all three and see what feels best. And I'll lose my bolster. Staying with those nice deep breaths. And your next inhale, come up to tabletop, which is on all fours. Knees directly under hips, hands directly under the shoulders. And we're going to start with a few cat-cows. You're going to take a big inhale, big exhale. Make sure that your spine is neutral. If you feel like you're already dipping down, just slightly tuck your tailbone to come to a more neutral spine. Inhale. Big inhale, and just curl the spine up for cat pose. Exhale, drop the belly. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, dropping the belly. Now I'd like you to just find some organic movement. I like to move my rib cage in a circle, kind of like I'm scraping the outside of a barrel. You can also rock back or forth. Just whatever feels good to you. Inhale, exhale. You can switch the breaths for whatever feels good for you. On your next inhale, come back to that neutral spine of tabletop. We're going to take our toes, tuck them under, and you're just going to push the ground really hard and let your knees hover just a little bit. And down. Make sure that you're breathing fully and calmly when we lift our knees. That's called beast pose. Take a breath in, breath out. Next inhale, knees hover for 3 full breaths. And down. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale. Let it go. Inhale. Let it go. On your next inhale, you're going to raise your right arm up into the sky. Exhale, thread the needle so you're bringing it under the left side of your body. It's just going to stretch out that shoulder. You can leave your knees here. I like to extend for a little bit of extra balance. If this is too much, you can place a blanket under the shoulder. Big inhale, exhale. Next inhale, lift yourself back up. Bring your right arm up into the air. Give your shoulder a few rotations. Then come back to tabletop. Nice inhale and exhale. Next inhale, left hand comes up into the air. Thread the needle on the right side, exhale. Sticking with your breath, inhale, exhale. Next inhale, push yourself up, back to tabletop, extend that left arm, give your shoulder a few rotations, come back down to tabletop. Take a big inhale and exhale. Then walk your hands back so you're seated on your heels. We're going to lift up just a tad, tuck our toes under, all 10 toes, and sit back for yogi toe stretch. You'll feel this through your arches and your toes. It's really good if you have flat feet to engage those arches and stretch it out. I know this might feel like a lot, but it's so, so good for your feet, for the bones in your feet that don't get to move like this often. So as the stretch gets more intense, try to make your breath calmer. Untuck your toes, pat out your feet, wiggle your toes. Great job. Coming back to your breath, nice inhale and exhale. We're going to come into a side plank, so extend your left foot back. Engaging your foot, thinking of your foot like a suction cup, really pulling into the ground, bringing your left arm into the air. Staying with your breath. If you can go into full plank, feel free. Or if you want to float this back leg, that's always an option as well. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, inhale, and on the next exhale, we're going to crunch in. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, and exhale. Breathe in, resetting in your side plank, bringing your arm back down, returning your knee to tabletop. Big inhale. Exhale, resetting. Inhale to ground. Exhale, bringing your right foot back, pulling into the ground like a suction cup. Quad engage, calf engage, strong arm, strong leg, lifting up into your side plank. Option to hover the back leg or go into full plank from here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and our next exhale, we're going to crunch. Inhale, exhale. And one more. Returning your foot to plank, arm to plank, then coming back to tabletop. Just wiggle out your spine a little bit here. We're going to extend our right foot back, staying on your knee, and your left, and then lower all the way down to the ground. Massage your forehead on the ground. Sticking with your breath. We're going to bring our hands directly under our shoulders, keeping the elbows squeezed in tight towards the body. We're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. Big inhale, pushing the tops of your feet into your mat. Exhale, and lower back down. Inhale, hands engaged under your shoulders, pushing firmly into the mat. Tops of your feet pressing firmly into the mat as well. Lifting your head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. Taking a big inhale, squeezing that core, and then exhale, let it all go. One more squeeze, pushing the hands into the mat, tops of the feet press into the mat. Head, neck, shoulders come off of the mat, and if it feels good, fully extending the arms. They can stay bent. You can be anywhere in between. Find whatever level feels good for you. And taking a few breaths here. If you're ready, I need to scoot up just a little bit. Tuck the toes. You may need to dip to your knees before down dog. That's totally fine. And press your way up to downward facing dog. Feet hip width distance apart. A micro bend in your knee. Hands fully engaged, pushing the ground away from you. Big inhale and exhale. Shake your head side to side a little bit. Pedaling out your feet to release any tension in those calves. This should feel really good on your calves. You're going to come back down to your tabletop. Step your left foot forward to a crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale, reach for the ground. Foot comes back, lower down, and lift back up to that baby cobra or full cobra. Tuck your toes, back into your downward facing dog, lowering down to tabletop, stepping the right foot forward, high crescent lunge, low crescent lunge, obviously. Hands come back down to the mat, lowering down, coming back to your cobra, baby or full cobra. Tucking the toes, returning to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet. Take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Move your head side to side. Release the neck. Set of blocks or one block can be really helpful here. Inhale. Upward salute. Exhale. Mountain pose. Make sure that you're rooting down. Lift up all 10 toes. And then set down each toe one at a time to really connect to the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Centering, taking a breath, we're going to inhale one more time. On the exhale, we're going to sit into our hips for a nice gentle chair pose. We're going to be here for 3 full breaths. Forward fold. If you need blocks to reach the ground, this is a perfect time to grab them. Otherwise, hands to the ground. Step 1 foot back, other foot back, lower down to the ground. Hands under shoulders. Scoot up again. Hands under shoulders, feet pushed into the mat, nice and firm. Engaging your core. It's almost so tight that it feels like it's lifting you off the ground. Follow that momentum and float hands and feet off the ground. And release. We're going to tuck our toes into your knees. Push up into downward facing dog. Bring your right foot into the air. Bring it through for a nice pigeon pose. Stretching out the hip flexors, releasing any tension in the glutes. You can be here or come down a little further. You'll see that my leg is more like a 7. Your leg can be further up. Whatever's comfortable for you. It's all pigeon. Just do what feels best. And as the stretch intensifies, try to make your breathing calmer. Plant your hands on the ground. You may need to come back to tabletop first. Push up into downward facing dog. Rotate that hip to give it some love. Extend your left foot into the sky. Bring it through for pigeon on the left side. stretch intensifies. See if you can breathe more calmly. Plant your hands under your shoulders. You may need to bring your feet back to the tabletop. And then let your big toes touch. You can also do child's pose with your knees together. Try it both ways. See what feels best. And sink back into child's pose. Go ahead and lift yourself to tabletop. Make your way to your back. Ooh, it's getting ready to rain. I can see it. Take your arms, wrap them around your body. Give yourself a big hug for all the work that you've just done. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, and let me hear that open mouth, exhale. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Let them fall towards your left side. Open up your arms into a T, trying to keep your left shoulder down on the ground. Ooh, to the right side. Sorry. For a nice twist. Big inhale and exhale. Bring your legs back to center and let them fall to the real left side. Pinning your right shoulder down to the ground so that you still get a nice rotation in your spine. And staying with those nice deep breaths. Bring your knees back to center. Place your right foot on the ground. Grab your left foot for a half happy baby. Bring your left foot down to the ground. Grab your right foot for a half happy baby. You can grab your foot, your toe, your ankle, your thigh, wherever you can reach. Turn both feet to the ground. Let them open up into a gentle butterfly. Soles of your feet touching, knees falling towards the ground. If this is a lot for your hips, place a block under your knees. Or a blanket, or a pillow, whatever you have. Whenever you're ready, return to a comfy seat. There's no rush at all. Pause this video if you need more rest. Bring your hands to heart. Inhale to seal in the love you showed for yourself during this practice. And we exhale and say namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, yogis. Have a fantastic day. Bye.
When your world ain't going